Old school sports, y'all. Robert Littal, Rick Strom. These are always fun to look back on. The scouting reports of NBA stars before they were NBA stars.
Yeah.
So let's start with Jimmy Buckets. There he is at Marquette. Do you know who that is to the left?
I do, but I can't. It's not coming to me.
That is one Boston Celtic named Gregory Monroe.
Is that Greg Monroe?
That's Greg Monroe at Georgetown.
He's a little skinnier back
Still
there.
looking slow. So he's slow. Whatever.
He put on 50 pounds.
Come on, man. I could beat him in my crutches in a 40-yard dash. So, Jimmy Butler was ranked 73rd in the state of Texas coming out of high school. Not in the country, in the state.
In the state.
Number 72 went to the Citadel. Number 74 went to a D2 school. He was an afterthought in every possible way. Didn't go to play at a JUCO because a D1 program sent him there to prepare. He went because he didn't have any other options. So he went to this junior college, transferred to Marquette, where Buzz Williams was, and of course we know what happened.
And still, when he got to the NBA, he wasn't seen as an all-star player. He was seen as someone that could be maybe a six-man, a solid, number 4 type of star. He wasn't seen as a franchise
Not at all.
He worked his way up there. But
then again, the Bulls didn't see him as a franchise player.
No, remember
traded him for Chris Dunn and basically Laurie Marketing.
Yeah, they had Derrick Rose, and it was a totally different.
Well, him and Rose, yeah.
Yeah. But he was, but he built. So I think when you build yourself up from the beginning, that helps you when you get to the NBA. So,
I agree.
He never had nothing handed to him, so you have to work hard.
So here was a skinny Stephen Curry at Davidson.
Steph.
Weighs about as much as me there. So there he is at Davidson, skinny and all. And here's what Rivals wrote. The only time we really ever saw Curry in high school was at the 2005 NBPA Top 100 camp. Back in those days, it was held on the campus of ECU, blah, blah, blah. Looked to be pretty far over his head. Couldn't have been much bigger than 6'1", 150. This was in 2005. This was 13 years ago. You could see that he had a great feel for the game. Wouldn't miss if left open. However, slow release. Had to be wide open. Didn't get a lot of opportunities to show what he could do during camp. That's so interesting because I always thought that his release was the same.
Yeah, it was. People just don't know what they're talking about. I think the same thing. I think the same thing with Steph was that. Remember, Seth Curry was the guy
at Duke.
At Duke, he was supposed to be the franchise guy. Once again,
Did he play with Austin Rivers at Duke?
Yeah. So you fly under the radar for a little bit, and you learn to build yourself up because the low expectations.
Totally. Yeah. But now we know what happened with Seth Curry and Steph Curry. So I think it would be cool if they brought Seth Curry off the bench.
Brought him with the Warriors?
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a little help.
I think that'd be fun.
Remember, give him a little help.
Anthony Davis was a point guard coming out of Chicago.
Skinny guy.
And then first off, let me backtrack for a second. Skinny in high school, wore glasses.
Yeah, he was funny looking.
He was a nerd, but like in a good way. And then he shot up to like 6'10".
Yeah.
And then he still had the point guard skills, but here's what they wrote. Draft Express. Davis is a work in progress, much more so than your average top recruit. Turns the ball over, will airball the jumper, doesn't have to have much of a post game, shows average decision-making skills, lacks quite a bit in the ways of strength and fundamentals defensively. Many names come to mind when watching him play. John Henson, Anthony Randolph.
Wow.
Jonathan Bender, bust with the Pacers. Brandon Wright, Tim Thomas, Perry Jones. I think a lot has changed.
Yeah, that was just, body. When your body is growing like that, it took a while for it to catch up, but boy, when it caught up.
Yeah. I want to show one more, so we'll take time away from the last one. Kevin Durant.
KD.
Here he is looking skinny at UT. When we got here, he was thin, looked really weak physically. Just didn't know how strong he was going to get. By January, I thought he was about as skilled as any player we've ever had, and I thought he was as big a player we've ever had. And then, of course, Colin Cowherd ripped him.
Of course. Well, NBA weight rooms, or NBA, I should say, training, and when you got millions of dollars, you can have a chef, you got your own gym, it's easy to get in shape.
Totally.
Yeah, it's when you broke like us that you just fall apart.
I'm glad you're finally admitting that we're broke.